Hello everyone, I thought I would share my beautiful blooms on Vanda Sansei Blue. She is a favorite of mine. I love the color of these blooms. I thought I would do a Vanda video for you all today. I've had several questions about my semi-waterculture levels for my Vandas, how long I soak them, and also what I'm mixing for fertilizer for them this summer. So I thought I would go over those topics with you today. So let me show you the waterculture level on this one. This is what I call semi-waterculture levels for my Vandas. And let me show you what I've been mixing up for them during the hot summer months. Okay, this is what I'm going to be mixing up today. I'm going to be mixing 1/8 of a teaspoon of Epsom salts, that's my magnesium source, plus 1/3 a teaspoon Better Grow Orchid Plus fertilizer, about 20 drops of CalMag, and about 25 drops of seaweed extract. That's a potassium source. I'm going to try to up my magnesium and potassium this week because our temperatures are getting up into the upper 80s. So it's very hot, and your magnesium and your potassium help keep your plants hydrated. And especially for Vandas, it seems like in the summertime, they get very thirsty and very hungry. So I'm going to see what the TDS on all of this is with just mixing this up. And as you all know, I like to mix up my fertilizers very thoroughly. What you see right now is the 1/8 of a teaspoon of Epsom salts and the 1/3 a teaspoon Better Grow Orchid Plus. And this is warm water. I have just warmed it up a little bit in the microwave. Epsom salts especially, they will dissolve for you better if the water is just slightly warm. In cold water, they don't dissolve as readily. So I like to go ahead and dissolve this completely in a smaller glass measuring cup like this. It saves me a lot of time. Okay, it's totally dissolved now. I stirred that for probably about 2 minutes. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pipette, and I've got my seaweed extract and my CalMag. So I said I was going to add about 20 drops of the CalMag. I'm going to put this in the gallon jug. 8, 9, 10. That's about 20 drops right there. Okay, and then I'm going to increase my amount of seaweed extract today. I'm going to try 25 drops of this. Drops. Okay, I like to clean these pipettes after that seaweed extract. It's a little bit hard. Okay, stir that around in there a little bit. Make sure that you shake these really, really well before you use them. Okay, now I'm going to incorporate my Epsom salts and my fertilizer into this, and that is going to make a really good Vanda fertilizer brew. Okay, I'm going to give this a shake, and I'm going to check the total dissolved solids in this gallon of water. Okay, I've poured a little bit of the mixture from my gallon jug over into my measuring cup, and I'm going to check the total dissolved solids on this one. Ooh, that's good. That's 365. I was aiming for 350 to 400. So that is going to be perfect. That's going to work very well for today. And that's the brew that Vanda Sansei Blue is soaking in right now. I soak them in this mixture for about 2 days and then I drain. And then I will also rinse the container out with water. That's going to keep undissolved salts from building up on your pot and causing root burn. That has worked really, really well for me. It's not that you're trying to completely clear out your pot or clean it out every single time, but you want to flush the pot just like you do if you were growing in media, because you don't want those salts clinging to the side of your pots. And this is actually the Vanda that I learned how to mix up this mixture for about 2 months ago in the middle of May. This one started spiking, and the bottom part of this plant was just very light in color. It looked yellow compared to the beautiful dark green top. And I thought, you know, this has got to be probably a magnesium and a nitrogen deficiency. So I started increasing the amount of magnesium and nitrogen, and the plant has held up really, really well. And actually the bottom leaves have greened up. And the other 3 Vandas that I have in my collection have done really well with this regimen as well. Now on the days that these are not being soaked, I just spray them out with regular water. And I do this 2-day soak about once every 6 or 7 days. It depends on how hot the weather has been. If it's been very, very hot, I will soak them 2 days every 6 days. If it's been very rainy, I might wait a week. But what I do is, like on Monday, I will fill up the vase, and then I'm going to drain it on Wednesday. Then on Sunday, I will put it in this same mixture 4 days later. It's about 85 to 90 degrees outside right now, so that schedule has really worked for me this summer. And I've really discovered that this higher fertilizer amount, they really do thrive. Mine are always growing. They're growing new roots, they're growing new leaves all the time. Mine bloom very often. My Picara Blue has bloomed for me 4 times in a year, and this is the 3rd rebloom in a year and a half for my Sansei Blue. So they bloom pretty often compared to phals, and I believe that they just need that extra fertilizer amount. And I hope all that information helps you all out with your Vandas. If you have any other questions or comments, please just leave them below for me. And I thought I would end this video with a beautiful painting by my husband of this little hummingbird. I love this little painting, and phal legato. And you all just be highly favored, deeply loved, and greatly blessed. And we'll talk to you all next time.